Alright folks, well tonight it is actually Veterans Day, November 11th, 2018, and we are quickly approaching the holiday season. Thanksgiving is going to be on us in less than 2 weeks now. And so it's time for me to do a video or two for my holiday favorites coming up. And so I'm going to do something tonight that's going to be a little bit of an experiment, and I'm going to be making some jellied cranberry sauce. And in what I mean by an experiment, I'm going to puree my cranberries and my other fruits that I'm going to use in this prior to cooking it down. And so, hey, let's get turned around and see what we're doing here. Okay folks, so let me start back here in the back corner. In this bowl I've got 2 cups of brown sugar and 2 cups of plain white sugar. I've got 4 cups, so that's 4 cups of sugar altogether. I've got 4 cups of orange juice here, and that's with pulp. I've got 4 bags, 12-ounce bags of cranberries, fresh cranberries here. Now I've washed those and I've gone through the whole bag, all the bags, and I've pulled out these. They were either too white or smushy, and I don't want those in my cranberry sauce. And so those are going to go in the trash here in just a very short moment. In here I've got 1/4 teaspoon, that'd be the little ones, teaspoons. Got 1/4 teaspoon of cloves. And 1 tablespoon, that would be the big one, a whole tablespoon of ground cinnamon. I've got 3 Granny Smith apples, and I've got 3 peaches here, California peaches. So, tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and take my pot here, and I'm going to put my sugar in it and my orange juice and get them out of my way. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put my pot back on the stove. Like I said, get it out of my way here. Give me some room to work. I'm also going to go ahead and throw my spices in there. I don't need them sitting here. We are getting ready to really make this house smell good tonight. Okay, so the first thing I want to do here is I want to go ahead and take my apples. I'm going to use my apple corer and I guess 1/8 since it cuts them in 1/8. Just push them on through there without cutting myself. That'd be a good thing. Those are Granny Smiths, so they should be good and tart. I'm going to look and see. Make sure I don't have any seeds here. I don't see a single seed in that. Huh, there's some seeds. That's what I was looking for. Maybe they're in the core. Ah, yeah, I can kind of see one right in there. Okay, so we'll move those out of the way real quick. We're going to take our peaches. These things were exceptionally hard when I bought them. I left them sit in the plastic bag, you know, those plastic bags that come in rolls. And I left them sit in that for a day or so. And they seem to have softened up a little bit. Take my pit out. Seems to have some good juice in there. A good ripe peach should have some good juice in it. Now, I'll go ahead and cut these probably into eighths as well, so they'll fit in my food processor nicely. Okay, so it's time to get the food processor out and go to work here. Okay, so I got a really nice fruit salad going on in here. Okay, so now then, I'm going to take this and we're going to put it directly into our pot here. So we're going to do it all over again now. That was the last of our apples and peaches. Into our pot. Okay, so I was able to get all the remaining cranberries in this last batch here. Oh my gosh, folks. Is that a beautiful shade of red or what? That is beautiful. So right into our pot, this is all going to go. Now on this one I do want to make sure I clean out my container here, since we don't have to put any more in here. Pull our blade out here into the sink. Now we want to clean it all out. Now, and this is actually the experimentation part, this here pureeing of the fruits. But I really wanted to leave the skins on the peaches and the apples, because that's where the greatest concentration of pectin is at. And unlike jellies or jams or whatever, we are not going to be adding pectin to this. Now the orange juice, actually the cranberries are very high in pectin. The apples are high. The orange juice is high. So once this is done cooking, it should set up into our jellied cranberry just like we want. Okay, I think that's pretty well got it. Into the sink. Got my heat going. I want to put a medium heat probably under this. Medium to low high, something like that. And we need to bring this to a boil. Also need to dissolve our sugar in here. Okay, so you hear that. Kind of sounds like it's boiling, but it's really not boiling at all. It just makes that noise. You want to make sure that you are stirring it every few minutes. Now, while you're in here doing this, gives you time to clean up on some of the other stuff that you just dirtied. They're sitting over there in the sink, so you're not too far away. And yeah, it will actually put up a few little hot spots, but it's not boiling yet. So even though it sounded good and rowdy in there, it's not hot enough yet. We do want an actual boil on this. Do you see that lid? I think I'm going to turn the heat down just a little bit. You see how it splattered the inside of this lid? Okay, so now we have achieved what I'm going to call a boil. And I am going to go ahead and start my timer. I want to boil this for about 15 minutes here. We do want to further break down the fruits in here. We're going to let this boil for 15 minutes, stirring occasionally. I've reduced the heat and I'm not any longer getting those big splashes like I was getting there. Okay folks, well you can see the top of this lid right here as well as I can. And you definitely want to make sure you're keeping a lid on this thing. Alright, it has been 15 minutes. I'm going to take my heat off of this. And I'm going to move this pot back to the back while I get some canning jars ready. In order to do that, I need these front two burners for lids and jars to boil. Alright folks, so my jars are just beginning to come to a boil. I've got some heat going underneath my lids here. I'll need to boil those for 3 minutes. I'll boil the jars for 5 minutes. Then we can start canning this stuff. Alright folks, so we came to a boil and I boiled them for 5 minutes. So I've moved my jars over here. I've moved my sauce up here. I've got my lids here. Let's see, so it's about time to go to work here. Okay, so grab a jar out of here, dump our water, our funnel. These are quart jars here. I'm going to go right straight from the hot sauce into the hot jar. I want to leave about a ½ inch of airspace at the top of the jar. I boiled 5 jars. I don't think I'm going to need that much, but better to have an extra jar than not enough. Now these are wide mouth quarts. I suppose the optimal would be wide mouth pints. Then you can just slide it out of there just like a can of ocean spray. Okay. Now then we got a little magnet here. Pick up one of our lids. Make sure your top of your jar here is clean. Wipe it off. Put that on. Then you get one of these. And you want to make sure you get it just finger snug, like so. Then it goes back into the water, and we'll end up having to bring the water temperature back up again. Because our sauce is colder than the hot water. even though it's still hot. So I'm going to repeat the process till I get them all into the hot water bath over there. Alright, you can see that we're boiling now. So I'm going to set this timer over here for 15 minutes. Okay, so away we go. Now then, I got 4 quarts plus probably about another pint. So I'm going to say that we got 9 pints altogether out of this. And so here in about 15 minutes we'll pull those out of there. See you in a few. Okay folks, so got my kitchen clean. I put everything away, or most everything anyhow. Don't want to get burnt by the steam. There it goes. Okay, so it has been, our 15-minute timer has gone off. Now I'm going to pull these out. And we'll set it right there on the towel. Now there's plenty of acid in this cranberry sauce to water bath can these. Acid will not be the issue. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, we have very hard water here, so I'm going to put some vinegar into this, help clean the hard water deposits off of the inside of my canner there. Now one last thing to show you. There's, I'm going to say, is about another pint right there. I'm trying to cool this down, and I'm hoping, and maybe I'll show you in the morning, I will see if it has set up the way I wanted it to. If not, trust me, it's the consistency of about applesauce, and it's very good. You'll just have to trust me on that as well. We're going to take a look at this in the morning, okay? Alright folks, so here we go. What you're going to see is I didn't do too well as far as making a jellied cranberry sauce. It's more than the consistency of a thick applesauce. Alright, now then, at this stage what I could do, if I had bought some, would be to add some chopped walnuts into this. I think it would be excellent with chopped walnuts. So let's get turned around. See how this tastes. Okay folks, well, you see, that wasn't too difficult a process. The long part was actually the canning of the sauce here. And one thing that I learned is that if I didn't want to can it, I just wanted to make the fresh sauce, if I took it to the point of dissolving the sugars in the cook, that it made a very nice sauce from right there. Now then, if you do that, you're going to have to use your sauce in a reasonably quick amount of time. And as you can see, we made like 9 pints here, and unless you got a great big family, 9 pints is going to probably take a while to eat it all. And that may not work for you. It is still fairly thick. I don't know if you can see that, but the spoon is standing up in the sauce. So let's give it a try. Folks, this is excellent. This you'd be proud to put on your table if you like cranberry sauce. Or as maybe it's cranberry fruit cocktail sauce. Folks, do me a favor. Down here in the bottom right hand corner, if you like what you're seeing, hit like and subscribe. And stay tuned. Oh, and thanks for watching. And folks, do me a favor. Down here in the bottom right hand corner, if you like what you're seeing, hit like and subscribe. And stay tuned. There's always more to come. And thanks for watching.